starting her anyway.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel.
You know how I feel.
Nailed this down drop. Right on one.
Hopefully. We'll see. Welcome into Just the Tip, a fantasy football podcast. We are your tippers. We got Matt I.R. Regan, Ryan the Tagless Haynes. I'm Mac this fat bitch at your service, here to serve our tips on a silver platter for the waiver wire episode.
Garnish with some wins.
Let's hope so. We got the bye weeks coming up, so this is a pretty important week on who you need to drop, who you need to pick up. We'll also get into our 6 to midnight segment on who we're looking to trade for, to trade away. What do you do with a player who's not performing? Like, I don't know, AJ freaking Brown. But before we get into that, just want to say thank you. That's my cat scratching at the door. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Oh, yeah. She hates AJ Brown, too.
Oh, yeah. God, I'm in a rage. Might have to pause this and start over and get him out of here. Just want to say thank you to all you takers out there for watching us on YouTube at Just a Tip, a fantasy football podcast, listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon podcast platforms. Much appreciated. Follow our socials at Just a Tip FFP. Interact with us. Let us know if our tips are helping you out, how you guys are doing so far. You guys are doing pretty well this week, I'm sure. I think we went over it last episode, so we need some points produced tonight. On October 11th, we got Ravens and Colts playing tonight, so hopefully you guys get those wins out there. So with that, I think I took care of everything. We will get into our segment of 6 to midnight. I need a new soundboard. So our scale for us tippers here is 6 is hold that player, let them develop more, let them grow into their own. And midnight is at their peak value of trading, depending if we're trading away or trading for. So it could be the bull market or what's the other one? Clause market. Drawing a blank. I need to go to bed. No, when it comes down, never mind. Investor talk. Anyway, should edit that out later.
Oof, right over.
Yep.
Sorry, but I just sneezed and now I'm all discombobulated.
I know. The cat was throwing me off too. All right. Trade away players. Let's go. Nominee here. Chase Claypool. He has Seattle coming up this week. Then the bye week. Juju going down. Are we trading any of these guys? The Steelers offense, they look pretty bad. And he just came off a big week of over 20 points. Are we looking to trade him? I think I'm at 11. He's way too inconsistent. I'm probably looking to trade for a running back. How about you, Ryan? You agree?
Yeah, I think his value right now is pretty high, following his performance this week in Smith-Schuster's injury report. So if you can trade him away and get a running back too, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if, somebody in your league has a backup tight end and their number one tight end's Kelsey or Waller, and say they got Higbee on their bench, and they need a receiver, Regan. Hint, hint. All right. How about Deontay Johnson? Regan, you looking to trade Deontay Johnson now?
No.
Only 2 targets, 2 receptions, so you're not getting enough volume.
I'll take Chase Claypool and Johnson.
Okay. All right. Give me Kelsey.
What?
And okay, that's too much.
I'll give you Higbee
and Matt Stafford. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to trade those guys. I don't trust this offense. I think the only guy I'm looking to keep would be Najee Harris because running backs are so rare. But I feel like you can replace these receivers.
See, I don't know. Deontay Johnson, I feel differently than Chase Claypool because he's been very consistent.
He's more consistent. Yep.
Even this week, he got you some, decent production. So he had He's had 10 targets, 12 targets, 13 targets, and 2 targets in 4 games. So with Smith-Schuster out, I don't see that being consistently, at 2, 3, 4 targets. Probably more like 10, 12, 13 targets.
Okay. Got a list of guys here. Who wrote this? Regan? Ryan?
I did.
It's not
So
color coded, so I don't know.
as far as like trade away, TJ Hawkinson, I was at a 6. Like I was at a 0 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now I'm at like a 7 or an 8.
You're inverted.
Yeah, I was inverted. Like maybe I should think about packaging away TJ Hawkinson. What do you guys think?
I like it.
I mean, they need to target him more. So I
know.
It's a little ridiculous. I don't know. You need the tight end. I guess if you picked up Knox, yeah, I would roll with Knox and trade. Knox is this year's Robert Tonyan, so he's going to be good to go for the rest of the year, I believe.
I agree.
So if you, in context like that, if you have a serviceable tight end and you are hurting at a wide receiver or running back position, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, A.J. Brown's the other guy I'm thinking about trading because even in the games that he's played and he's been healthy, not great. 8 targets, 9 targets, 6 targets, 4 receptions, 3 receptions, 3 receptions.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in this offense anymore. I was really riding high before the season started, and yeah, I don't know. Hopefully on name recognition you can get it, and they'll be like, oh, he's been injured, so he'll come back, he'll bounce back. I don't know. He's probably the biggest question I have. Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs, I think they're going to bounce back. It's the injury concern with A.J. Brown. What are you looking to get for him, though?
I don't know what you get for him at this point. That's what I like.
I was asking for a friend.
In this league, I'm 1-4, so it's like I feel like I have to make a move, but also like it seems like with A.J. Brown, maybe you wait for him to have a really good week, which could be, hopefully coming up in the near future, and then you try to trade him after that. But he's got Buffalo coming up next. I don't think it's getting any better there. I mean, yeah, Cleveland put up some points on them this week, but overall, it's a really good defense. And then KC, so maybe after the Kansas City game, because he doesn't have a bye week until week 13 either. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully he bounces back. I guess you got to wait one more week. But like you said, tough matchup.
The other point I wanted to make too, I put in these trade fours, and really I just want people to consider this. So like low cost mid tier players that you could pick up now who might be big moving forward. I'll list them off: Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, AJ Dillon, Hunter Renfrow. Like all of these guys seem to be providing some kind of value, and their efficiency seems to be trending in the right direction. So those would be guys I would try to target at a low cost.
Yeah, I mean, they are the handcuff players, so with bye weeks coming up, maybe they drop them as well, so maybe be a little bit patient. Check out, look at what they have and what their bye week schedules are coming up for those teams that have them. They're like, all right, I got to drop them because I need a wide receiver. You got to do some research. You got to stock your league mates as well. See what they have. I found a pretty good tip from another podcast I won't mention, but I thought it was pretty sneaky good. But so I'll tell you guys off recording because I don't want the rest of the league mates knowing. They don't get the special privilege of hearing, but it was pretty clever. What about DeAndre Hopkins and Allen Robinson? I have Allen Robinson. I don't know what to do with him. Kind of like A.J. Brown. We thought he was QB immune, like he could make production out of any QB, and that's being proven wrong.
I think these guys have the best value right now if you want to buy them. If you want to buy Hopkins, if you want to buy Robinson, Hopkins just had a decent week, so it might be a little bit harder now, but I think you could probably pay a little bit less for guys who have wide receiver 1 talent and at least get them on your roster and then hope for the best.
Yeah, I mentioned last week Allen Robinson in Dynasty I'm looking to trade for, and I mean, I don't know what I'm going to trade for him. I said I was going to do some research, but I'm looking at a first-round pick and another flex wide receiver to replace him if I'm going for the win this year, which I am. If I'm going to rebuild, no, I'm not doing it. He's 28, but he should be going to a new team with his next big contract, so hopefully he does well there. So if you're looking to win in the next 3 years and the person's really down on Allen Robinson, hopefully they're a contender. I would trade for him. I would do a future first round and another receiver. Is probably how much I would spend for him. I'd probably start 2 years out with the first round pick, so keep your one for next year. If you're not rebuilding.
Maybe not. I might do 2022 first and hold on to the.
You might do 23. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you gotta evaluate your team as well. If you need to look into this class, you still got a few more weeks for a trade like that. But I just don't think he's gonna boom this year. So maybe he's an off season, but then I wouldn't do off season because then his value is back to normal. Sorry, Regan. We're talking dynasty over here. You want to join us?
I'm listening in.
You got him in any keepers?
No.
Yeah, no.
Not keepers.
That's good. You got anybody that you're looking to trade for, or?
No. So you already touched base on it, but I just want to reiterate that it is the start of bye weeks, so we do have to pay attention to this big time. Atlanta, New Orleans, New York Jets, and the 49ers are going to be the ones on bye. So teams with 1-4 records to 0-5 records, just try to throw stuff out there. The worst they can say, thing they can say is no. But players like Michael Thomas, who hasn't played yet, Kyle Pitts, who people might be trying to sell high on, George Kittle, who's on IR, Jameson Crowder is kind of like just coming off of IR and, well, not IR, but off the injury report and doing okay. Might be some good targets.
Yeah, for sure. You got to. I think if you're at that record, you got to make a move.
Right.
Unless you think you got a guaranteed win this week, then you might not have to this week, but it's coming. You got to make it within the next 2 weeks. So go ahead, slide our DMs and comment, and let us know if we can help you out. But yeah, you want Chase Claypool from me, Regan? You can have him. I don't have him.
Yeah. You're a jerk. You said that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll definitely trade. But I think with Juju out, and he's probably going to be out for the rest of the season, it looks like, with his shoulder surgery. It was dislocated shoulder, and I guess he needed surgery, and that's never good for a wide receiver. But Chase Claypool, if you do have him, I am the fan of waiting on it just to see if he jumps up in the targets. I know, Mac, you said he's hasn't been consistent, which I totally agree with. But if with the loss of Juju, if he can become more consistent, that'd be nice. Even if we do see a little bit more consistency, you might be able to get a better trade target for him a little bit later on.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you what your gut feeling is. I just think his value is high right now, and somebody going into a bye week and they need him. Would you flip Chase Claypool for Michael Thomas coming off the IR?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So if you look at that person and they're 1-4 with Michael Thomas, be like, hey, this guy's producing without Juju. Try to massage that. Be like, hey, I'll invest in my future, but you need a win right now. So I'm helping you, and you're helping me. We can be friends. One last guy I wanted to touch on, Stephon Diggs. I'm at a 12 right now to trade for another lackluster week. The team scores 38 points, and he's not a big part of it. That's unheard of. Nobody would bet on that.
No.
But as a man, or just a guy with him on a couple fantasy teams, I'm being patient. He will break out. If you watch the game, Josh Allen is running and trucking guys over and getting hit.
Yeah.
He can't keep that up all season, so ipso facto, the run's got to turn into passes, so they should go to Stephon Diggs, hopefully, because the defense will be drawn up with the running QB, and he can throw it to Stephon Diggs. On broken coverages, that's science for you and research. So, yeah, I'm at a full 12 to trade hard for Stephon Diggs. If you had Waller and that person's hurting for tight end and stuff, I would trade Waller. You still have some name recognition there. I don't know. What would you give up for Stephon Diggs here?
TJ Hawkinson.
If that would, you would have to package, but yeah, I'm saying
one of those backup running backs and TJ Hawkinson or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts, would you, after a high week like this, be like, hey, you need a tight end? I'll trade you Kyle Pitts for Stephon Diggs, and I have Dalton Schultz. So I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, I just picked up Knox in the league I have Pitts in, so I would trade Pitts for Diggs right now. Why not?
Yeah.
What about packaging a guy like Antonio Brown? You know he's going to be inconsistent. You know it's not going to be 30 points every single week.
Right.
It's risky, but yeah, I'm willing to do that.
That might be a little bit more enticing too.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about
looks like we're all making some trades this week.
I know we're coming for you guys in our leagues, so watch out. All right, with that, let's get into some ads here, Regan. Let's start with the running backs. Is there anybody out here on the waiver wire worth picking up?
Oh yeah, we got a couple this week. The two main ones being Devontae Booker with. We talked about it in the last podcast, but with Saquon Barkley having that little gruesome sprained ankle, it was
not gnarly. It was gnarly. It was swollen up like a bowling ball, big like that on the side.
Yeah, we got Devontae Booker. He's only 7% owned. Mm-hmm. He killed it this week in stepping in. Got 16 carries, 3 catches in a smaller window than the full game, obviously. So I definitely grab him. I am a little bit nervous with Daniel Jones and his injury. He's definitely the one running this whole team. So as long as he's back, Devontae Booker, either way, is still a great pickup. And then the next one, big one, is Darrel Williams for Kansas City, 17% owned. CH had a sprained MCL. I think we all saw it yesterday, which was pretty. It was just a bummer. It really was. But with just the high offensive output for Kansas City, you always want to have that running back for that team. We were all high on CH, especially last year and going into this year, to have that factor. So Darrel Williams could be a great snag.
Quickly back to Devontae Booker. He scored 20 points when he came in. So, yeah, he's definitely the number one pickup this week, even though I am avoiding all Jets players. But desperate for running back, Ryan?
Giants.
What did I say?
Jets.
Sorry, New York,
New
Jersey, whatever. Ryan, how much FAAB are you going to spend on Devontae Booker? Oh, wait, you don't have any.
Oh no!
Because you spent it all on Elijah Mitchell. How's that?
I know. I think Elijah Mitchell working. I think he's fallen to like RB4 on a weak running back team here because I have AJ Dillon, who I think has maybe bumped him. We'll see. And Tony Pollard has definitely surpassed Elijah Mitchell. So.
Yeah, you want Trey Lance out if you have those running backs because if he's taking all the 16 carries he had and Trey Sermon only had like 1 or 2, so it's not good for that running back field there. So,
and they got Jeff Wilson, Mac.
I was gonna say that segue into you, Jeff Wilson, still on the IR, but if you are gonna drop and clear a spot and put him on your IR, and then you have another spot, it's worth a shot because these other running backs aren't taking the opportunity and running with it.
Definitely. He'll be back late November, most likely. Thank you.
I was too late on that.
I hate your face.
I know.
This next guy is really interesting to me.
Yes. What guy?
Ramondre Stevenson, 7% owned. What do you have, 11 carries this week?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, and Bolden had the one that set up the game-winning field goal. So I know you hate Bolden, Regan, but Damian Harris, he had his ribs checked and stuff. It's all negative. Oh, yeah. We went over it in our Hurt Locker last episode. But Damian Harris keeps fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
That Ramondre Stevenson might get those goal line carries and stuff. He's worth taking a flyer on, man. Only 7% owned. Hopefully you have a deep bench.
Bills.
We're not just talking about. Yeah, we're not just talking about regular fumbles for Damian Harris. Like, I know obviously fumbles in general are bad, but like we're talking about going into the end zone or like game-winning drives at the worst possible time. This guy's fumbling the football.
Game events of him having an 8-point swing fumbling the ball and getting it into the end zone. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I guess running back kind of slim. I think everybody's picked up the running backs that have been breaking out, but the ones that got injured, you got to pick up their backups if you need them. Like last week with Damian Williams and Samaje Perine, those were worth the pickups. And Alexander Madison with Dalvin Cook out. So those are the type of guys that are going to help you win the weeks, especially in the bye week. I wouldn't spend too crazy. How much are you spending on Devontae Booker? 30?
Yeah, 20 to 30 because Saquon's only out for 2 weeks probably.
Only 2 weeks, I think. That 1 to 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I'm probably I'd say maybe 25% is what I would spend if I'm really needed it. But yeah, hopefully.
I spend more on Darrel Williams, I think.
Really? Longer
longer
term.
Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and we're getting into the middle of bye week time, so you might get a better return on investment with that move.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff Wilson, don't spend anything. Pick him up later. Ramondre Stevenson, don't spend anything. Pick him up later. Yeah, CAH, he wasn't producing that much, though. We were all disappointed in him, but if you pick up Darrel Williams, didn't cost you much. You won't be disappointed if he gets that same production. Wide receivers here. Who's this guy? He sounds familiar here, Regan.
You know about him. A little Amon-Ra St. Brown. You were a little early on him, but he's coming around now. Past 2 weeks, he's had 8 targets, and Quintus Cephas went down with a broken collarbone last game. So
yeah,
that's tough. We talked about him last week, so that was short-lived. But his targets could go up a little bit more, So
they could.
Somebody to grab.
They ain't throwing to Hawkinson, so.
Ain't that?
Yeah. And before the draft, I was saying the actual NFL draft, I was saying that he could be a winner for you, the PPR format. So hopefully they keep feeding him the ball. It takes a while for rookies to develop. Not everybody's Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Well, I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that. Who else we got? Kadarius Toney, 12% roster owns here. How much are you going to spend for him? I mean, he did hurt his hand, right?
Yeah. Did you read my thing? 10 for 13, 189 yards, and 1 hurt hand.
And 1 hurt hand.
So he punched a guy in the face.
Well, he punched his helmet that was covering his face.
Yeah. He was aiming for his face. I don't think it worked out very well.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is 3% rostered right now, so I was looking that up. So yeah, you can definitely get him. Again, I wouldn't spend more than a couple dollars on him. FAAB money there. Marcus. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Be a little bit nervous with the other guys coming back for the Giants. So I know Kenny Galladay is going to be out at least a week with a knee injury, so he's going to be good next week.
I don't know when Sterling Shepard's coming back.
I forget which one was more in depth coming back sooner, but
Slayton or Shepard or Galladay, who knows? It's bad. So it's next man up. Look out for John Ross as well. I picked him up at a deep bench because if they all keep going down, we'll see what what's his name, Myles Garrett does with them. Not Myles Garrett. Who's the OC?
Isn't it Myles Garrett? Yeah.
No, Myles Garrett's on
not Myles
Cleveland.
Garrett. Jason Garrett.
Jason, I'm like, no, Myles Garrett's Cleveland defense. My bad. It's a late night. We gotta get going.
Screws.
How's the Red Sox doing? How's the Red Sox doing right now?
5-0 Sox.
5-0 Sox. Wow. I'm sorry you missed it. Hopefully you're DVR.
Top of the 4th.
All right, we'll get going. Marcus Callaway, 30%. I broke down why I think you should pick him up in the last episode. Basically bye weeks for big name wide receivers coming up. So pick him up. Tight ends, Hunter Henry here. Ryan, you got to pick up Hunter Henry because you have Hawkinson.
It's not a bad bet at this point, but I'd still stick with Hawkinson because you think the targets are going to go back up, but not a bad stash because if Hawkinson has another week, that's 4 in a row, and at that point you got to make a change, especially if your team's struggling.
I agree. What do you think, Regan?
Yeah, Henry's going to hit that magic number with the past 3 weeks averaging 6 targets. Right by, it's actually 6.3, so it's tied with Dalton Schultz at 8.
Okay.
So that magic number of tight ends, he's right there. But I agree with Ryan though. Buxton right now.
Yeah, tight ends it's such a crapshoot streaming. David Njoku, number 1 on the week right now. 3% roster. Just keep an eye on him. I wouldn't pick him up and start him right away. Just kind of keep him on your radar. QBs, are you guys? You saw Thursday night. Russell Wilson went down 6 weeks. He says he's gonna be back week 10, so we'll see. But they had to reattach a ligament to his finger for him to make a fist, grip it. It sounds gruesome, but awesome at the same time. Geno Smith, he looked okay. I mean, are you that desperate for quarterback or 2 QB leagues? Was he available in our session takeover there, Ryan? We got a bid.
He probably is.
He probably is.
He probably is. Yeah.
Roethlisberger isn't helping us out. I would pick up Geno.
Well, Roethlisberger had like twice as many points as Darnold this week.
Well, that's not
saying much.
That's not much.
I know, but he was in the 30s. He's like 31 or 32 in that format. So
in that format, yeah.
He might be worth hanging on to, especially for Geno Smith.
Oh, for sure. Joe Burrow here. Regan, you want Joe Burrow?
Oh, he's been consistent, so he's been getting over 20 points every single week. I know he's 80% owned, but I have him. He's in 2 of my leagues on the waiver wire or whatever, free agency. Why not grab him? You know, if you lost somebody like Russell Wilson, that'd be a steal to grab him and plug him in. So just keep an eye out on some of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, with Darnold and Heineke not doing too well, Cousins isn't doing that well either. Their offense isn't scoring more than 20 points like the last 3 weeks. So, you might have to pivot if you're streaming quarterbacks, especially if you lost Russell Wilson, like you said. Kickers, we're not wasting our time. What are we doing here? Who wrote this?
Nick Folk, baby, 19% owned. And I did my research on kickers this week. And Greg Joseph from Minnesota, 7% owned, 3 double-digit weeks so far this season.
Look at you. Wow.
I know. Look at that, man.
The deep diver.
It's true. Minnesota has trouble scoring touchdowns, so they're going to kick the field goals. So if you got to make some room on your rosters, who are we dropping here? Running backs. I dropped Gaskin for Damian Williams last week, and now I'm like, should I pick up Gaskin again? I don't know what to do. I think it's just a fluke week, so we'll see. I don't know. So not dropping any running backs, holding them all.
Don't drop any running backs. Every time we tell you to drop one, they go off. So don't drop them.
But I need to pick up Devontae Booker, so I should drop Barkley so I can get him, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully in my league.
Good.
Yeah.
David Harris. I should drop him. Try to put him on an IR if you can. If not, talk to your league manager to tell him not to suck and get the IR spots available. Wide receivers to drop. Juju, God rest his soul. Curtis Samuel, I think this experiment's over. Ryan, you still interested in Curtis Samuel?
No, it's a bit disappointing, but no.
Very disappointing. This guy, speaking of disappointment, Robbie Anderson. He had like 8 targets, but he's not doing anything with them. And with McCaffrey coming back, and we expect DJ Moore to bounce back, I'll pair these guys. Terrace Marshall, the rookie. I kept on saying be patient with the rookie wide receivers like Rondell Moore, Elijah Moore. But Terrace Marshall, I think we can drop him. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Agreed.
Easy enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just not enough. You want to put your faith in Sam Darnold to get everybody feeding the targets like he's Tom Brady out there. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Tight ends, Max Williams, he got hurt. Is he out for the season?
I believe so. I believe so. I think it was I'll look it up real quick if you want.
Yeah, I know Arizona is looking to trade for a tight end, so hey, maybe David Njoku.
Season-ending knee surgery.
It was season-ending. Okay. Yeah, so they're going to be looking to get for a tight end, but
Zach Ertz?
Maybe, because they defeat the purpose for each other with Goddard and Ertz there.
They do.
Or maybe they trade with Dallas to get Blake Jarwin or something. Yeah, one of these tight ends are going to move. And the way they were feeding the tight end for Arizona, I'd pick up that guy. Kind of like a Dan Arnold situation I've talked way too much about. QBs, Trey Lance, dropping him.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's why: in redraft leagues, you got a roster spot being taken up by Trey Lance, who now has an injury. Jimmy G is likely coming back in the near future, so I don't see the point. Plus, he didn't look great either, so he might just need some time to develop. So in redraft formats, I'm getting rid of Trey Lance.
It's not the year of rookie QBs. I'm sorry, but the writing's on the wall. It's the receivers. It's Najee Harris. And that's about it.
Right.
I mean, Michael Carter, I did say he's going to break out.
Yeah.
He got like double-digit points. He's trending upwards.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, I'm not wasting my time with any rookie QBs anymore.
In a keeper league, I'm keeping them. That's the
keeper for next year. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're in a keeper league and somebody dropped them, I would pick them up for sure. Hopefully, you have a deep bench and you can do that. Especially if you're out of it. If you are 1-4, 0-5, yeah, look to next year.
Nope.
But not you, Regan. Never you.
I got an update here real quick. Jonathan Taylor, 76-yard touchdown.
Whoo!
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's 2 weeks in a row. He's actually done something.
He's it's one of my captains, my DFS showdown. Look at that.
That's gross.
Actually, no, I have him going tonight too in one of my regular leagues too, but I am losing by like 80 points, so he needs a few more of those. All right. Well, with that, I want to say thank you guys for listening. You guys have anything left or no? Okay.
Oh, that's it.
It's really not that much this week, so I wouldn't spend like crazy. Still save
Try
it.
to make some trades.
Yeah, it's definitely more of the trading instead of the waiver wire pickup type of week. So don't go crazy. Still save your FAAB. Still a long season. It's only coming up to week 6 right now. So keep that in mind. If you want any more of our extra tips, hit us up on our socials. Just a tip, FFP. Whenever we get a message and stuff, we talk about it with each other in our little text group. And we give our opinions to you guys. So feel free to do that, or you can comment on our YouTube, Just a Tip, a fantasy football podcast. You can watch us there. Find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, and Amazon. Subscribe, follow, set the remind, so each time an episode is released, you get the notification. And download the episode. Leave us a 5-star rating. Be much appreciated. Leftovers, let's get to the Red Sox game. I want to watch that. Definitely watch that over Monday Night Football. Anything else, or should we just cut it?
No, this is the one thing I want to say. Jack Whitehall, Travels with My Father. It's on Netflix. I think you guys would really enjoy it. It's a good one to watch with spouses as well. So,
thanks for that tip.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
I was watching Squid Game by myself. Not all it's cracked up to be. I feel like it's way overhyped. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
no,
I've heard of it.
Seen clips of it. It looks messed up.
It's all right. Maybe people are like, oh, it's so dark and disturbing and stuff, and I'm like, maybe I'm just numb to it and I'm that messed up, I guess, because I'm like, oh, okay, not that bad. C is such a much better show on Apple TV. Oh, did you watch season finale of Ted Lasso?
I gotta go do it.
I didn't want to spoil it for you. All right.
No, good.
All right. It was good. Spoiler alert. It was good. Get out of here.
Good night, boys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, fellas.
Later.